What's up, y'all? Long time no see. It's good to talk to y'all again. Just been a busy time, and honestly, I got to get used to talking into a camera. It's just never been my thing. I'll talk to you in person all day, but in front of a camera, I'm still getting used to it. So bear with me. But I wanted to talk to you all about a few things, and it's mainly about the importance of creating your own identity and brand of sorts. Because to be honest, if your work looks like another person's work, they might as well book that person that is mimicking, especially if they already have that relationship with it. So it's important to come up with different ways to stand out, different ways, whether it's different ways just to separate yourself from the pack, whether it's how you shoot, how you edit, how you set up your photos, things of that nature. So I'm gonna run down a few things that I do to stand out in my style in this video, and hopefully gives you an idea of like why it's important. First, I think the most important thing to me is how you shoot photos, how you frame it, whether like using a rule of thirds, utilizing leading lines, things like that to really tell that story, because in reality, that's the whole point of photography, is to be storytelling. A lot of people think it's just capturing a moment, and yeah, it is, but I feel like it's important to let people who weren't there feel like, if I look at your picture, I was there. So to me, that's the most important thing. My friend Kumar, he told me that I have a journalistic style of photography. I tell a story through my pictures, and I agree with that. I want you to feel that emotion. I want you to feel sad, angry, whatever the point of it is. Whether you feel like, if I'm taking a picture at like a bridal shower, baby shower, that you were there and you had to feel like you had a ball, even though you never stepped foot in that venue or at that party. I want you to feel like I was there. So figuring out your unique way of capturing that is important. And you don't have to, doesn't have to always be people smiling, things like that. Because honestly, your edit style can also tell that story. You don't always have to just do it through your framing. That's the step one to me, but edits really also can tell that story too. So speaking of edits, editing is very key to getting your work to stand out from other people. Because if your work looks like somebody else's edits, especially if they came first and got popular first, people scrolling on Instagram, they're going to automatically assume, oh, that's such and such's work. That's this photographer's work. And not realizing it's you that was taking that photo, editing it, spending hours in front of Lightroom on your computer all day. You're not going to get that recognition because they're going to automatically attribute it to XYZ photographer. So really playing with different editing styles, and honestly, it's looking at other people for inspiration. Like, you can look at people for inspiration while not stealing their identity when it comes to photos and photo editing. You can take bits and pieces from here and there and combine it into something that makes your picture yours. Like me personally, I like a good bokeh effect. Not too much that where it looks artificial, but my main thing is I love a contrasty photo, contrasty sharp photo. I think it just pops off the screen. I think when you have vibrant colors, vibrant skin tones, deep shadows, like, it really stands out from something else you might see on the feed for Instagram, Twitter, whatever. I don't do too many like overlays, LUTs, things like that. I will if it's a certain aesthetic that's I'm trying to achieve. Like I just did a photo shoot for this couple, and they want a more homemade, vintage look, like they took it off of a Kodak camera. So I'm going to add like a more vintage, grainy look to it, and edit it to that style. But for the most part, my everyday photography, that contrast style is me. So it's important just to take time and really figure it out, because it's not going to happen overnight. But when it does happen, and you do find that style, is going to feel like the most amazing thing in the world. People might not notice it at first, and that's okay. But keep going, keep posting, keep trying, and people will eventually notice it. So editing is very key, because it can make a photo that you think looks good look amazing, or that photo that you thought looked amazing, it can make it look completely terrible. Your editing, your edits really dictate the final verdict of that photo. Another thing I want to say is it's okay to edit based off the situation. Sometimes you don't, if it's a more somber photo, you don't want to have bright, vibrant colors in a more somber setting, because it just contradicts the entire thing that you're trying to achieve. So being flexible, having multiple styles for multiple situations when you shoot or when you edit is also a very key component. That's something that's always overlooked, and people try to shoehorn their set style into every photo, and it's just not going to work that way. It's finding multiple ways to tell a story, multiple ways to, for lack of a better term, skin a cat, is very important to show your versatility as a photographer. Because when people see how versatile you are, they're going to want to book you, because they understand that no matter what I might book he or she for, they can handle it. So having that flexibility with your shooting style and your editing style is very, very, very key. So yeah, I don't want this video to drag on too long. I just wanted to get that off my chest and share that with everybody. I feel like it's just important to understand. And even though like I'm just a photographer with 120 subscribers, I always want to just pass knowledge as much as I can. So I hope this helped. I hope you gained a better understanding of the importance. If you have a certain way that you like to stand out, or something that you feel that is important to know or do as a photographer, feel free to drop it in the comment section. Teach me something. I don't know everything as a photographer. No photographer knows everything. So leave a comment and just share what you do as a photographer, your style, how long it took you to hone that style, anything like that. But yeah, like, share, subscribe. I'll get better talking in front of a camera. I'll holler at y'all soon. Peace.